Just to talk about, I have to. This piece ran in the Wall Street Journal over the weekend. James Taranto is a great reporter, really funny guy. He wrote about a woman named Eric Commissar, a Jewish psychoanalyst who lives and practices on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. And he says, if that biographical thumbnail leads you to stereotype her as a political liberal, you are right. She is a political liberal. She's a psychoanalyst. But she did some research and she discovered something kind of funny. She discovered that children need their moms and they need their moms around. Little children need their moms around. And she says this has made her a pariah. Let's play just a little clip of her talking about why they need their moms.
As a mother and as a therapist, about 12 years ago, I was noticing that children were suffering, and they were suffering from the absence of their mothers and from a disconnection between mothers and children. More and more children at an earlier age were being diagnosed and labeled with mental disorders and emotional problems like ADHD and behavioral problems and increased aggression. And in looking into the research, I did find a connection that mothers are critically important to children in the first 3 years of life, and that impacts their emotional well-being. You can't be emotionally present if you're not physically present.
You can't be emotionally present if you're not physically present. She says, Christian radio stations interviewed me and loved me. She went on Fox and Friends, and the host was like, your book is the best thing since the invention of the refrigerator. But, she says, I couldn't get on NPR, and I was rejected wholesale, particularly in New York, by the liberal press. She did appear on ABC's Good Morning America, but seconds before the camera went live, she says, the interviewer told her, I don't believe in the premise of your book at all. I don't like your book. Now, here's the thing. I mean, which women are in the news media, right? They're not women who have to work because they have to put enough money together to put food on the table. They're not those women. They're the women who talk about those women so they can go to their big careers and not take care of their kids. That is who they are. And, I don't like your book. Who cares if you like it? The woman is obviously a scientist. She's a liberal. She's using this to argue that the government should take care of, give women time off of their work. But they just shut her down. It's all about what they want to be true, and they're only going to report what they want to be true. If you look at, they talk about obesity. They say, oh, children have this terrible problem with obesity. Does it ever occur to them to look at whether there's a connection between women, mothers being at home, and obesity? Why do people eat? They eat because they want love, So it's just an entire world, an entire way of looking at the world that is not being reported, that's not being followed. Questions, just like there are costumes you're not allowed to wear, there are questions you're not allowed to ask. And when a woman like this, one of their own, starts to find out the truth and follows the truth wherever it leads, they shut her down. It really is amazing.